Hey guys, how are y'all doing?
Hello, hello, hello.
I guess you could tell by the title of this video that we are separated. Let's get this straight. There was no infidelities.
No, no cheating.
There was no fighting. There was no arguing. It wasn't anything like that.
Basically, it was a lot of, on my behalf, growing up to really just find myself.
I was stressed. It wasn't like, oh, it was a week of stress. It was a day of stress. It was years of stress. And it played a big part in my health. And in order to save me, I left. It wasn't an easy decision, but it was more of, our marriage was more of a roommate situation. It was more routine roommate. It wasn't fair. It was just like, you go to work, come home, and it's the same thing. I know that's how life is. Don't get me wrong. I know that's how life is. But I was more of the Olivia Pope in this marriage. I was the one who had to fix everything, to make everything right, to handle everything. And I needed my husband to have my back, to help make some of the decisions. And I could not take it anymore. Y'all know that I had a stroke. My stroke came from stress.
Yeah.
And I could not do that anymore. It's self-preservation. I had to protect myself. I had to be here. I had a mental breakdown, and when I left, because we lived more of roommate, when I left, I had no feelings. I felt absolutely nothing. Nothing. And I'm just being totally honest with y'all. You know, I had to help myself. I had to protect myself health-wise. But I knew that after a while, I knew that me leaving was going to help him. It was tough love.
True, it was.
It was tough love.
Like I said, I had to really find myself, grow up, and to see what really was more important. And I just tell y'all, I would get off work, play the game, then that was it. I'd just get off, play the game every day. And
when he said play the game every day, he gets
it's
off
like,
at 12 o'clock, and he will play from 12:30 till 10:30 at night.
yeah, true.
And, that's every single day. And I was trying to make sure the house was still going, because his job at the time was like, they just fucked everybody over. Excuse my language. But, they cut everybody hours. And as I tried to talk to him or communicate with you, it was no changing, So I started working full time. I started driving Lyft. I did whatever I could do to keep this house going. But I could not do that. I could not continue that. I still work full time. Don't get me wrong. Do you want to tell them how you have changed?
Well, I got rid of the video game because my wife, my family is my number one. And I fully took charge of being a husband and taking care of everything. I got a brand new job, which benefits this family well. And you know, I just took all the pressure off. I was like, I don't want you to have any more pressure because I love my wife. And nothing man-made or anybody outside of this family means really nothing to me. The thing that really means a lot to me, like I said, is my family. So, you know, I really have changed a lot. All my attention is for my wife and my kids. You know, nothing is going to change that. And this is the video to prove that. I can't go back on my word. So
I told him that I'm going to start. Communication was an issue.
Yeah, big time.
Whenever I would try to talk to him, talk to you, it was an argument. It was an attitude. I was like, I can't deal, you know. So it was like no communication when it comes to important things that needed to be done. So, you know, I was like, dude, you know, you gotta grow up.
Yeah, true.
You have to grow up. In this world and in this economy, you know, you have to change. You have to learn. You have to continue to grow every day. So he understood when I left. He understood and saw the things that I was going through. It wasn't easy.
No.
It's not easy. But while away, I worked on myself as he worked on himself. And we worked on our marriage. So as of 3 weeks ago, I moved back in. And we are getting better. We're still growing together. You know, don't get me wrong, after many years of insecurity, of trying to, not trying to, but having to fix things, do things. What's the word I'm looking for? Handle it, as I would put it. You know, I had to learn to let him. We now communicate on all our finances, all the decision making, everything. He made promises, and he wrote out his promise to me. And, you know, every now and then, go back over it just to refresh. Mm-hmm. But like I said, from now on, I'm gonna call bullshit when it's bullshit, and that's for me too. It just going both ways. But it's something that we're still working on, but we are doing things more together, time permit, because we never off on the same day. No. Today is a day that we are off together. He work all different times of the day. I have a set schedule, but on time of day, but I don't know what day of the week I'm gonna be off. But it's a work in progress. That's where we've been.
Yeah.
That's where
we've been.
We weren't together, and it wasn't something that I wanted to put out that then, oh, I'm leaving, I'm, me filming me packing my shit and stuff like that. No, that's what happened, and now we are back together, and we are working on our marriage every day. We work on us as individuals every day, and we work on us as a married couple every day. So I'm back home.
And I'm changed.
For the better.
Yes. I'm gonna tell y'all what I did. I rearranged this whole house before she moved back in here. I rearranged it so she wouldn't come back into, how can I put it?
The same thing. Because when I would come over, I could still visualize him sitting in the floor in the same spot because everything was the same. I needed different. I needed, if this is going to be a fresh start, it has to have a fresh look. Just change the furniture around. And so he did.
Put up curtains.
But it was a big change, and I needed that, and he did that for me, and I appreciate it. It's like I said, it's still a work in progress. Being a certain way for so long, it still takes time to change my mindset. But I'm mentally, I'm coming along. Sometimes I still fight, the depression. Sometimes I still fight the panic. Okay, is this gonna work? How is this gonna work out? What we gotta change? What we gotta do? But it's reassurance. He reassures me that it's gonna be okay, and I had to learn to trust him. Because when I left, what he had to go through is what I went through when I first moved out of my parents' house. I had to be the responsible one. But the only difference was I moved out with 2 kids. So I had to learn quickly. And so he had to go through that. He had to go through that to understand and to grow. And the only thing I ever told you was, I just want you to do it to better you.
Right.
To better you is to better us. To better me is to better us. So, like I said, that's where we've been.
Yep.
We've been apart.
Yeah. And in order for us to make this video, like she said, she was not going to film packing her stuff, leaving out the door. No. We had to get our mindset right to really do this video, to tell y'all where we've been and why we haven't been making any videos. So, now y'all know.
And now it's going to be, when can we make a video? Because we all work full time.
Everybody in this house works full time.
We all work full time.
Yeah.
So
and I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like the job thing, I had been at my other job for 3 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about 3 years. And it was a good job when the other company was there. And it was no problem when the other company was there. But
Go ahead.
but like I said, they screwed everybody over.
And so, just to let y'all know, I had to step out on a leap of faith to go to where I'm working at now, because I was like real nervous leaving the other job because I had been there for so long, but I wasn't getting anywhere, you know. And where I'm at now, I can get somewhere. I can move forward to better our family. So,
Yeah, like I said, we're still working on it, and but one of the things was, and I told him, I was not, when I left, I was not going to make no decisions for you. You was going to have to make your own decisions. Good, bad, or indifferent. You were going to have to do it. And if it was, you make it, you're going to have to live with the consequences. So he called me, and he was like, do I go miss a day from the old job and go to this interview? I was like, I'm not going to make that decision for you. I'm not going to do that. You're going to have to do that. You're going to have to make your own decisions.
and you know what? Missing that day of work benefited.
Yeah.
It benefited.
So it's yeah, like I said, we're back together.
Yeah.
Like I said, our schedule is hectic, but we making it work. You know, we could spend some time together. When I say our schedule is hectic, he might come home at 11. I'm out the door at 2. He might come home at 12:30. I'm out the door at 2. You know, so, or before. But when I come home and when he come home,
Yeah,
we make it a point to spend some time together. Even if it's to watch the news or talk about our day or what we're going to do. When can we do it? So we're going to try to put up videos. We're not going to make no schedule.
No,
You're just going to have to make sure you subscribe.
Right.
And you have that bell on, so that way you know when we do.
Yeah. Because, like she said, our schedule, you know, like a couple of days I have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, and I'm out the door.
Right.
You know, so.
But I'm showing him a little bit of editing. So he's going to be learning how to edit, set up the camera, and do all that stuff. Because sometimes we might do a sit-down video when I get off, but I'll need everything set up. And so, yeah.
Started this morning.
Yep. He set up everything this morning. I was still in the bed. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was still in the bed.
Yeah.
Because like I said, this is my one day off. And
Both sides.
yeah. And we have plans this evening with with family. And so it was like, well, let's get this video done and let them know where we've been, what's been going on, where we at now. And I sound horrible because I am congested. I would have did this video earlier, but both of my eyes were swollen.
And we wouldn't want y'all to think that
It
we was
like,
fighting.
Yeah,
you know?
that would have been.
And then y'all be bashing me like
oh, he bust her in her eyes, man. No.
That's
No.
one thing I can say of all these years. That's one thing that never,
We
ever
never did.
did.
We never fought.
No.
We never fought.
Yeah.
That's too much energy.
It's too much, yeah. That is just.
There's
no.
too much energy. So we're gonna go ahead and say see y'all later,
Yep.
and leave us a comment of good luck.
Or just
Or just-
whatever y'all want to say, long as it ain't.
Long as it's positive,
Positive.
that's all we're dealing with
Right.
now. It's
I'm-
positivity.
we're not dealing with the other stuff.
Yeah, it's just
No.
straight up positivity. And mentally, that's what I need. Just positivity. In the meantime, between time, peace.
Peace.